no KJ anymore, but you have a Raze who can mess with Killjoy's utility all she wants. See if Dapper has to set up differently here for some of these sites. We are going to see a defensive setup for Chamber and so towards B to start things off here as Sentinels are going to be attacking. And, and it'll be slowed down right away.
Well, we started quickly slowed down by Bustio. Nice little tag going on the B side as the Sentinels are trying to push into this B site. Nice little shocky indeed, and it doesn't allow Sentinels to really get into the site as of yet. Comm is holding towards the back of the default boxes. Is going to be able to drop one before to allow the rest of EG to rotate back and trade off the rest. So a great start. It was fast on both ends pretty much with the Chamber versus this paranoia from Sick and a push from Sentinels, but that was really greatly answered by EG.
Yeah, absolutely. Great timing on the Observers to switch to Bustio at that moment because it looked like Ten's got clothesline coming straight out of that B archway. Just like fishing line right across the top, and he just went down. So we go to our second round after EG feeling real confident there, and we saw that Raze utility coming in, separating Sentinels as well on the site. EG wants to play this as aggressive as they can once they have each other in place.
We already have a good map control from EG from the beginning. Recon Dart with also using the TP to get aggressive angles, and then already Bustio's rotating back towards this B site. But you can see now from this radar, Sentinels are inching towards this A side, and we continue to have these one-ways coming out from the Omen of Apoth. They're just going to try to hold it back here between himself and Reformed.
And we take the Killjoy out. Trademark for EG's Chamber will be going towards mid, where you would usually see the alarm bot, so that'll get left up in Pizza with a pretty wide range to cover. More smokes here to deter any of the rush at A, but it looks like Sentinels are pretty dead set here unless they find a pick with Dapper across the map at this point.
There's just so much information right now for EG. The Alagil just comes outside of B main. You still have aggressive angles on mid side from Bustio. So they know that this hit, especially with that 0 point, okay, everything's confirmed. They could start pushing forward and even go for a flank. So the windows of opportunity of trying to be sneaky for Sentinels has definitely been closed, and they just have to be now on their toes to make sure that they could retaliate. Apoth is already ready with the paranoia on a last-second hit. Bustio getting the first blood with that push up on Catwalk, but Calm is still pushing forward. He's going to meet up with more. He's only spawning one so far and sees the last two swinging out, and that's Sick and Tense just trying to stay things alive for a bit. But that's Bustio with some nice ADS with the Headhunter, and indeed, just living up to that ability. 2 nice headshots and 2 rounds for EG.
You can feel it through the screen. At least I can. Oh my god, I love seeing plays like that. Whether it's Sen or EG pulling that out, it's exactly what we come for every day. Great setup here too. Comet already pushed around. And Bustio had the ghost on this round. That was his first blood push. He was just like, oh, yep, didn't need to buy here. Vandal coming into this third round that would be a bonus. And you're still going to have money for next coming into. So, tour de force almost there. EG has done such a great job controlling the map and just suffocating Sentinels to start.
And that's where I praise FaZe, for example, how even when Baby Bay's playing a Jet, building up the economy in the first few rounds, could go for an aggressive rifle in the bonus, loses that one, but still has an ultimate that could change the round over with a dual defense. But let's talk about that in a bit, because it's looking to be fairly quick for the attacker side, as Sentinels are going for that paranoid control into tree side. It's given up by EG. The battle's going in towards mid. Apoth still gets a frag, though, up on that sliding door, and it's a crossfire between him and Reform. A little bit of a paranoid going back on the defender side, but Six still gets the kill. But the satchel charges comes out on that defender side, and Kempeki falls. A 4-on-3 as we are now moving into the site for the Sentinels. Sick is indeed around the corner, but that's a double swing to come out. Shazam's trying to trade it out, but it's only able to get one. Dapper looking for the clutch, now spotted by the Jenny. 47 seconds left in the round as he picks up the spike, and he now just kills the noise for a bit. Back on the garden side, looking for the flank from behind. And Calm is reading this. Back down towards the ramp, but Dapper still wins the fight. A 1 versus 1, and Joggimo only has a Spectre to work with no utility left, and Dapper's about to go for a plant at B with everything else in his kit.
Exactly. Alarm bot down. He'll have the turret to trigger, and wherever he needs to get safety, puts it straight up top. Really leaving nothing to chance here. And all he has to do is set up, clean and cut. And that is Dapper. Let's see if he can make this one happen. I love the way he rotated on that. On his back here. He went fast towards that A ramp, right? And Welcome Dapper knew he needed to switch up his positioning right away after so much fighting happened at Tree. That's the final kill of the round. A 3K for Dapper. And brings the bonus back in favor of Sentinels to take it away from EG.
Yeah, it was looking really good for AG to converge into that bonus, which would have made things great for the economy. But at least, thankfully, we have Dapper, again, killing that noise, going for the Red Bull clutch with the way that he understood the rotation going back towards Heaven's side, because he was pretty much playing out in the open at that sliding door, so he didn't have any pressure from Tree side, knowing that the flank wasn't coming in, and a great pathing back towards the B side for the plant. And now, though, at least, still a very expensive round that was won by Sentinels. It doesn't look like they have a full gun into this one, as Tens has a Marshall.
Folds over the tour de force as well for this round.
Exactly.
That'll be just the hold at B. We get here calm now. Spraying a few off of that area. So it looks like this will be a Sentinels kind of absorb and figure out what the play is. You can already see the spike is down, see how much utility they can get out of Evil Geniuses. And we'll see what tricks Sentinels has up their sleeve. Again, they bring the same composition in. They want it to work. Not really near any alt points besides Dappers. So that looks like what the fold into B will be. How are they going to execute?
We're also waiting for, after this lockdown, for the recon dart and also the 0 point from the attackers to come out here for Sentinels, because everything's been used pretty much early into the round. And here comes the exec, a couple of seconds left. And Tens makes it in. One's going to get detained and Boostio, but he's just going to stay safe around the corner. Still trying to move inside the site to get the plant, though.
A few of the smokes stop them, which is going to help. However, getting into the site, they're going to be setting up that defense, not a default plant. Leaving the diffuser in the open. If you have control of the site, it's going to help quite a bit. And now they hide. They know that tour de force is still alive. Sentinels is not going to peek and give up those easy angles. You see Tens holding such a tight one, but he gives it up the second time.
Kempeki still has a flash, so this could be huge going into the later half or the retake attempt, and it's not even needed. Everybody else that was staying out towards the staircase just immediately shut down EG, trying to come back with that retake.
And that was a necessary round for Sentinels, more so than just winning a round. They had to push through another buy by EG. The bonus was there for Boostio because he could go for the tour de force. EG was still going to have money, and Tens had to buy a Marshall here. Sentinels come up with the win, and they kind of weather that early game storm that EG had set up nicely in economy. Pushing EG back down, Sentinels take a bit of control over the game now.
Exactly, so full armor is back. They can pick up the weapons, back into a rifle round here on the attack. Not using an operator on Tens. They still want to go with the rifle execs into the sites. While for EG, back into a round where they have to go into an eco. And we actually do have the Headhunter that could do a lot of work here, a lot of damage to Boostio lately, but
hello.
We talked about the IGLs with the fragging capabilities and Shazam.
Yeah.
Well, he's stopping the doubters right now with the first blood.
Oh. Headhunting. Whether they have that ability or not, Tens gets another few flicks on it. 5 HP. He tempts fate on that. And they're going to get the spike now, knowing the map is quite open, just moving it slow. They should be able to get the spike down and secure another round for themselves here on this save for EG.
Hoth, he stays on this man, potentially get a kill here towards the back of that fridge, but Sick was waiting for that on catwalk.
Yeah.
This is just going to leave calm, and as they know that Asova's usually playing towards B, you already see this spike booking towards the A site, everybody else closing in into the B site. They're just hunting for that ult orb to try to give it to somebody, and it's going to be Dapper that's going to take it.
Nice. Yeah, Dapper was one of the reasons they were able to get that first round when they went towards B, right? The ultimate on the way in, just using the default strat they've been running, and that's fundamentals in doing that. Sick was actually smoking a little bit later towards the end of the lockdown going down on those rounds here. As we focus on this, some beautiful opening shots. 3 going the way of Sentinels before you see EG even getting a return fire. And Sen stringing together a good few rounds there, looking clean with this strat. See if EG can pull it back into their favor now. They're back on buys. There's that Odin once again. It looks like it's going to be somewhat of a setup here for Sentinels A fast.
Yeah, and at least the 0 point comes in to stop a few. Hunter's Fury comes out early just so that the other ones can rotate over for the defender side. Sick makes it into the back spawn, but Reform was ready for that on that rotate. Even a 0 point comes out from the defender side, and it suppresses Tens. We at least have a plant for Sentinels.
Getting the positioning in. And look at the beginning of that one once again after this round is over. But right now it's the 5v4 retake coming in for EG. A lot of guns to make this tough for Sentinels.
Still going to work here and still holding the ground. The last 2 guys up on Heaven for EG. It's going to be very difficult. Okay, a little bit of damage
Oh
with the shock dart
my.
and an op shot. It's back to a 2v2. It's common, Lucio. There's no recon dart, so you have to go for the body checks and make sure that the trades work. One on the left, one on the right. The alarm bar is huge here as they're pushing forward, and Dapper has been on point this game so far with the last kill onto Bustio. It looks scary on that 4v2, but again, Dapper saves the round.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Saves the round, saves the day. Dapper is just so tight in these 2v whatever situations, whether it's a long play and he's got to exit the situation and come back to it, or play right in the midst of the firefight here, picking up 2, and then being able to keep himself off angle from the situation around Jenny here with an Odin on his left side too, just absolutely trying to obliterate him. So much help from the team there. What a nice job by everybody on Sen. It seems like the comms are working, and you're going to need that from this.
That was nice. Kenpecky reading that 0 point, forcing Bustio or to peek out and try to snap his fingers to get away. But he actually snaps into another dimension as he gets picked off. And that's another default running in for Sentinels, trying to see if the rest of the defenders are going to try to react off the loss of a player. And indeed, they are out on Catwalk. It works for Paint Shells to even up the tally, but at least 10 spotted information of 3 players out on Catwalk. So that's technically a weaker B site.
And that was his pick now with the Phantom this time. Definitely not the headshot return he was looking for. Gets hit out by the nade.
Coming back.
Just seeing what kind of things Sen keeps going back to. You know, what worked for him last time. If they're going to peek 10s on Kyles, why not do it again? And that time, like you said, they sent more. Here in the site, Dapper just toying with them. Says, all right, peek me again. I'm going to close the door here and add a little bit more security to B site myself.
That's all you wanted. But Khan's still in the back of the site. Shock dart doesn't hit him. Still looking to play around the arches. He does have a crossfire from the staircase, and it works with 2 kills for Reform. It then gets answered back by Sick, who now has to battle back towards that door that's now been broken right after on the 2v2. Sheriff's on the board, Apoth on his own. He TP's back, and it keeps Sick confused, and Sick is playing the smarter move to just fall back with his teammate to not give the advantage back into EG as he peeks out into the market side, gets that final frag, and Sentinels are continue to take the lead on the attacker side, and it's a great start of all things.
It really is, and everybody has their moments of calling on some dark arts this game. We've seen so far. Reform there with a few shots, Bustio before, but it seems like Sentinels is able to put the pieces together from everybody right now, right? They're working really well off Kenpecky's flashes that are basically coming over the shoulder of 10s on these engages. Shazam sonar bolts are already there, and is 6 kind of either getting info or distracting. We did see him go down as he tried to ult in the back of A Heaven on their last one, but they win that round, right? They're getting in, they're taking their space, and they're demanding that EG do something about it. Sentinels isn't waiting for much to happen. They're making it happen right now. It's been pretty interesting to watch this kind of change in pace that they're bringing.
Yeah, and a change in the map pool, too. There was an opportunity, as the Des mentioned before, that with that first ban that came in, which was Haven from EG, there was potentially a bind that was available for Sentinels to pick, but instead they choose this map where, even when we're looking at the beginning of the year, it's always been like a shaky map for Sentinels, and we always, said, okay, Haven's in the bag, and then you have bind in the bag, and then the rest is just like, okay, hit or miss, but it's definitely a hit so far after we see the first 7 rounds.
Hands on the operator here. He goes back to Tiles, says, peek me once more. Nobody's going to do it this time. EG does not want that fight anymore. They send a few towards B main, though.
Turret's destroyed.
B main is a battle of information. First, it's going to be the alarm bot. Should I say the turret, then the alarm bot?
Ooh, damage.
Counter flash is going through. Yeah, it's pushing a few back. And this is actually pretty good. You're wasting out on utilities on the defender side for Sentinels and still have your lockdown to work with to potentially work some sort of fake if you want. But out of all this information, it's aggressive from EG, but TenZ is slowly moving out here towards Kench and slowly taking mid control.
And that's 2 seen. KO jump, and I think they got Shazam right on the back with that sonar bolt. Or that, sorry, the owl drone. They pop. Oh, the turn! The flash! Oh, what teamwork. Enough said.
Kenpecky's going to try to turn around back in their favor, but he gets spotted by the 0 point. Oh, no! Calm misses a shot, and this is the timing for Kenpecky to move in, so Reform falls. Of at least Apoth, yep, they got their 2 first kills, anchoring inside the site this time as he fell back after those 2 kills. Is able to at least calm down and weather the storm for Sentinels that almost had an opportunity to turn it over. Now TenZ with the operator we mentioned before has this Tailwind activated,
30
but
seconds
now
left.
cannot spot anybody
Player
there.
standing.
Oh, misses the shot, unfortunately, as he probably did a sidestep on that
Yes,
frag, leaving
yes.
now Shazam on his own, breaking the recon dart. Information now given that he's walking inside the A site. 18 seconds left on the clock. Goes for the swing after hitting the switch, and Calm stops him. At least he doesn't miss that one for EG,
Yeah.
as that was a much-needed timeout and a much-needed round.
Just a little calibration on those first 13 shots. Don't worry about it. You're zeroing in that sight. EG do stop the bleeding, though. Sentinels have just been going back and forth on these sites. Like I said, they had a lot of pace. This time they were slowed down, right? EG stepped up to be main, and they stopped what was happening there, instantly taking a few things out and also delivering an owl drone. Then you get over to A, and you see this awesome setup from Reformed and APOTH that instantly wipes two members of Sentinels, slowing things down even more. EG got to hold that round again. Let's see if Sentinels can take it back, or EG feel good to step up again. They're playing a little bit further back.
Lucio is actually TPing back very early into these rounds when he's looking for this big control. And it looked like Sentinels were looking for that at the beginning. The Paranoia comes out with the owl drone, then null command. But actually, it's them falling back as the null command, came back out on the both sides, it seems.
Soon that tailwind got activated, and it's just bye-bye. Pens has to back up, going towards now B side. Spike still hovers towards A. And EG doing a good job of kind of sourcing the early information and, again, shutting Sentinels down, so they have to somewhat call an audible. They can run the same strat. Looks like they will. Have a little bit of a flank here by Dapper in mid. Well, we'll see if they actually trade that and bring Dapper over to Tree with his ultimate. They have a few to use this round. A seems to be the focus.
Recon Dart just came out towards the B side, so we're trying to keep EG ready for the A side hit potentially, and now it's going to be confirmed with a lockdown towards mid side. Ten's already pushing in, headshot by Bustio. The Hunter's already come out, a TP out on the other end, but it's still Kembeki and Sick pushing in, and they're opening up the site. Unfortunately, the upshot by Bustio does not connect, and that's Calm and Jogimo. But Jogimo does have a showstopper. If he gets his first kill back towards the Heaven Siders, they're playing inside the smoke up towards Heaven. Things might change. But it's still Calm trying to meet up with his teammate. The smoke about to dissipate. Here it is. A Sick misses the shot, unfortunately. Now down to a 3 versus 2. Player advantage for Sentinels. The op picked up, and this might be the cue for EG to save.
I love what Dapper and Sentinels did there. I've always wondered in what positions can you move the map around to use Killjoy's ultimate to completely cut off rotations, right? Not just the ult, not just push a site out, but, you know, just take a team off guard and being able to get back. You saw Tree was covered. Heaven was covered since we saw Sick getting so many frags there right away. Really neatly played by Sentinels there to just put something different on the map. Make sure they throw down lockdown in the middle so the rotation can't come in.
Now that the 2-weapon save are actually very important because the economy is kind of busted here for the defender side. Thankfully, there is a dual defense available if they want to go for a double op. But it's just going to be a couple of rifles instead, small shields. If they actually lost another player, that would have been even more difficult in terms of their economy. But thankfully, they do have enough to survive into this round and with full weaponry at least. Hens going with the rifle into this round as they're looking for mid-aggression for EG.
Okay. Oh,
Misses, but at least
Kembeki
gets the wall
approaches
bang.
it. Almost lives there.
Hens looking for the trade on the other end by the shed. Dapper going to support as well, so they could go for the numbers advantage on the trades. Doggo still stuck around the corner, still gets that kill, but again, gets sprayed through the smoke as in retaliation from Dapper. That's still that player advantage going in for EG early in this round.
Two huge plays for Jogamo to push up into Sentinels in a spot that they have been covering basically every round with 10s or a few more to get that trade on Cat, playing to the condition that's being set here in a few of the early rounds. Jogamo able to pick up 2 for 1 there and say that's good for it. We'll see how Sentinels can approach this B site.
Gonna be difficult. 0 point spotted 2 of them, so it's already being pinged out. By Reform. Trying to creep one at a staircase. It works out. Dapper is good for those usually. But here comes that other push from the sidewalk. He spots that recon dart and also Shazam stuck inside the corner. Ping also spots Reform. So that's 2 players now separated from a 2-player push from Sick and Shazam. The Calm is still playing towards that staircase. That's Spike down with 20 seconds left on the clock. Shazam. All right, gets that first headshot. looking for the plant with 16 seconds. We're pushing it on both ends. He lets go of the plant, rather. And Boostio stops him with the pistol. So a nice little push on both ends to get that frag, and EG now puts 4 on the board.
Clean play there. You know, just going back to not trying to make a hero play. You can speak to Calm and playing the right side of lane, where he was taking shots at Shazam, and he took a few pop shots, but then said, hey, I need to back up into sight. And while he went down to the entry after the fact, it saved time. The rest of EG came in. They're doing a great job of shutting down Sentinels before they can get their strategy in the mix, whether that's taking down 10s or making sure they get a bit of utility out. It seems like EG is trying to put something on Sentinel's plate as soon as possible. Here, Boostio just walks out into mid. He has cover from Cat, and there it is. Shazam goes down, no more initiator.
Exactly, and Tens couldn't be there to go for the trade with his own operator, so again, TPing away. As Apop gets the frag here onto Sick, up towards the A side. Through a Hunter's Fury on defense, rather. I was going to say, EG were able to put these rounds up, but they had to use a couple of ultimates and set plays to get these rounds, and this was going to be finally one of those rounds that's reset, where Sentinels has been a little bit better in terms of their defaulting and winning rounds when it comes down to the gunfights, but this round definitely, it's changed over with Boostio with that first blood on that mid side. So they got a minute left with the spike down.
I said no more initiator. They have Impact. Just dramatizing Shazam going down.
I mean, you can kind of play that as a duelist, right? The real definition of the agents doesn't really matter, I guess, at this point. I mean, Chambers as Sentinels, you can play him as a duelist.
They're so ready for each other. Tenz's pick is pivotal here. Literally, the round relies on this shot, and it happens. Reform goes down. Can they follow this up?
Beautiful shot missed.
Oh, my word.
In the back of this site is going to be Apon. Important position where he's at. Gets that first one onto 10s. Pain Shell's coming out to stop on the sidewalk. He swings back out for the triple kill and a 4 into the round. What a round by Apoth as EG are 1 round away of tying things up into the half.
Oh my, you might wonder how the additions would play for this team. You see they both are added around April 21st, 22nd, so each of the players have had time to get comfortable, feel good. You've seen Kempeki frag. We're seeing Apoth frag now. No question about it. The spots they have are definitely deserved here. Apoth putting up some beautiful frags there to completely keep B site on lockdown. Whew.
Looking quick here towards the main side. A fast push attempted by Sentinels. It's stopped by a fragment on the ground on the defender side. Apoth looking to TP into safety. He was out in the open. Full teleportation comes out into the site for Sick, but Reform still comes out from the sliding door, continues forward, and it's going to be a hail of trades, but still in favor of EG. Another one through the smoke. That's a triple for Jogimo, and the last one is stuck inside Wine, and that's going to be Shazam on his own. Once again, in a situation where he's going to look to try to clutch this. He spots 2 at least, and Jogimo seals a deal into the round, and EG comes back with a fight. It's 6-6 into the half. Let's take a break, and when we return, the second half, Sentinels on the defense. Looking at this lineup here for EG, now taking the attacker side. Array is actually pretty important with what they could do in terms of droning for information, as you see Jogimo playing outside towards the shed side. But still, look at how passively it's starting off on the attacker side for EG. Are they expecting potentially an aggressive push from Sentinels?
Right. A 0 point, maybe. Some darts, at least to get away from the initial hit. Oh, look at... I think Calm was looking for the... Okay, right click. Okay, right click. Calm
something with the pistols today, actually.
Yeah, seriously. Something else.
Nice little dinks. That's just going to be the cue now for the rest of EG to get back into this B side, at least to start. And I like the recon dart going out from Shazam. It's going to ping one out. A couple of nades going out just to push Dapper away from the defender spawn, and now EG has to move a little bit quicker because there's a flank coming in about 10 seconds for the other 2 players of Sentinels up on the mid side. So that plan's going to come in. They finally initiated into the site. Dapper trying to go for a fight, forces a TP away here from Boostio. Now as things will calm down for a bit, the Allen drone's going to spot Dapper on that rotate, so they know that Calm's playing towards that B main side. But it's still 3 players from EG playing in the back of the site.
Run, Calm, run! Going for the far flank. He actually chooses from B main to go all the way around. Does he buy enough time, though? 3 in Boathouse.
Exactly. I mean, they've done their job on the back site. Com comes in for that flank as they were still focused on B main. What a run by Com, going around the world for those frags, and EG win the pistol.
Oh, yeah, he laces up. I think it was a decision to say, okay, I'm going to get 0 pointed, so I'll back up off of B main. Well, wait a minute. Why don't I just go full flank? And then he ran all the way around. Coming up with the last two. Nice little graceful jumping right click to finalize that last kill. And friend, pistol round goes to EG. They were running just around Sentinels on that round. Nicely done.
Yeah. And that owl drone was actually quite a good owl drone because he was already spaced pretty far back into the B main to allow for that flank to come a little bit faster and not rotate. But nonetheless, we are going to have Sentinels out into an eco round where they tried to put a lot of pressure onto this B side, but it stays as a stalemate.
Playing it slow again. Say, throw everything you got. Let us see where you actually have Kenpecky. Unless he knows these cross map 0 points, they can usually avoid. Trademark setup actually close, so they know if anybody's going to come around here. Can Pecky make it? Oh, because he's not going to look to the right. Or he is. Meat and Crow. Nicely done. So that gives EG something to think about, really. Like, are they going to push this anymore? It seems like EG just says, let's not think about it, and let's push back. We don't have to worry about a flank. So slowly played here, just looking for info on both sides. And EG doesn't want to give Sentinels anything. They're like, did they buy? Maybe, possibly. They're leaving everything up to chance.
And initially, Kenpecky with the 0 point didn't spot anybody, so that's why it didn't initiate any early rotations out from Sentinels from B to A. So Reform's going to get this plat down. Have a close battle soon inside this sliding door, waiting for this timing to come down from the rotate up on the heaven side. Works out and killed enough time. We have the rest of the cavalry of Sentinels on that retake on that tree side. Location now revealed from that dart.
Oh.
Dapper is going to get that right there up on that staircase, doing that econ damage. Things are still looking good for EG on the attack. And as you can already see it, Dapper picks up that bulldog and he's going to save it. So Shazam is just going to try to do some solo plays on the A site, get stopped right away. So that's going to be EG with another round coming in. And actually Dapper focusing back to actually focus on looking for exit kills with the bulldog instead.
That's a good pickup. Uh-oh. It's good for Dapper. Get that burst fire going. Oh, the trade sides, they create just too many targets to look at. Jogamo picks it up. And two go down there. So nice damage from Sentinels on pretty much full pistols there with maybe a bit of utility. As EG now fold over to bonus, having to purchase a few weapons. And we'll see if those stay to Spectres.
You could see like all this juggling around from the buy that losing those two rifles in the beginning, or the two guns that were purchased, is keeping them guessing. Should we actually invest in a little bit more? How's our econ into the next round? And
it's huge.
We're looking with the Stinger. It's actually, we've seen some good stuff today with the Stinger coming out from 7, so let's see if EPOS can do the same thing.
So it seems like the early utility is just constant. Whether they're conditioning each other or not, they really haven't changed, throwing out those 0 points, throwing out a bit of stop utility here. Make sure EG can't just be rushing in. Such an annoying turret, and he pulls
Oh my
it
god,
back.
and Dapper recalls it. The turret wins.
Yeah, a bit more time on putting that back out from a while ago, but still going to be able to have a nuisance with that if they set it up on site and they need to rotate. Alarm bots mid, remember, this is the change for EG coming in, right? They putting the chamber in, they don't have the Killjoy anymore, where Sentinel still runs that. Alarm bot mid. A lot of that util stopping what will happen over at B, and we were kind of looking, would Jogamo be able to destroy that? Still has a few blast packs if they do decide if they want to go into a site. So we'll see if that becomes a priority, but they may try to work mid for the first time here as they push into a Sentinel's gun round.
Definitely with the placements of the rendezvous from Boostio, is going to be
left.
looking for that fast rotate back towards the B side. 30 seconds left. Alarm bot now triggered as Dapper is getting ready for it at the staircase of the B site. He does have support from Sick too, and the recon comes in from the attacker side. There's only 18. Oh my god, they're going back to A with 18 seconds left. The rotate's coming out. Boostio's making a lot of noise here, but there's only 10 seconds left. We're going with the TP back into the A site, and now it's a race against the clock more than kills. He goes for another TP. They're shrouded set to finally get the frag, and is going to be, are there going to be any utilities coming in? There's that fragment on the ground, but the plant comes down. Com is pushing in towards that window side to kill 3, and somehow They get flabbergasted for Sentinels. There's only 2 players left, and that 4 versus 2, when you invested so much into the rifles, are you going to save here? Sick is hesitating first. He's looking for an opportunity to maybe catch some on the post-plant positioning. Might look to be going for it for Sentinels. Nice smokes here on the attacker side as well. The sprays on both ends. The flank from Joggimo, but it doesn't pay off. So things are looking good. We still have low HP for the players of EG, but look how far Calm is back with the Hunter's Fury. He's just going to play the clock into his side. This is a guaranteed round for EG no matter what. So Sentinels are looking to save their weapons, and Calm on a rotate stops one.
God, 5 HP.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that round happened. That has to be practice, that they know that they have enough time to run back into the A site.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the teleports being upgraded for Omen to be so quick, right? Makes that available as well. But absolutely bamboozled. The great bamboozle of today's rounds. That was really nicely played. Sentinels doing a bit of repairing there as much as they could. But EG said, no, we have the ground, we have the placing. Calm as well, doing Calm things again. 16 and 8 for Calm. Remember? Calm and Apoth coming into this team in April. It seems like they've slotted in well.
Some crazy stuff going in with what's being called out by Boostio.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that everybody's able to just be on board and not consider the angles twice. Keep going forward, trust in your teammate. You see the play in motion right now for EG and why they've been so strong here.
Trust your teammates, play as a team. That's what Boostio said in the pregame when we're setting up the stage for EG and Sentinels. And setting up this round is a little bit of orb control, a little bit of audio cues coming in from EG on the attacker side, a ping coming in onto Sentinels, who's forced on the save. With only Sick having a rifle. Wait, Goomba stomps Tens, as Tens still gets the kill. At least they get the trade there for Joggimo's sacrifice. And now they're moving into the site here for EG. Kempeki still trying to look for some pressure with the Sheriff at that sliding door. But it looks to be a plant now for Evil Geniuses. The battle here on the other end. Sick, though, with that rifle that disabled that previous round, gets 2 kills. Make that even 3 from the top of heaven. And now it's reformed on his own. But still no rifles for the rest of Sentinels as of yet, with the exception of that Phantom moving in. Shock darts now. Reform gets a little bit of chip damage. Beautiful paranoia going out here for the defender side as Sentinels wins that round off the back of Sick's rifle that he saved in that previous round.
Absolutely speechless. Like, it probably couldn't have happened any other way. Sick needed to do that on the entry. If EG were to get in and garrison themselves to the angles they needed, defending the post plant, that would have been a much different story. Sick absolutely taking it upon himself there to push in the chaos of what really was the setup for EG. Perfect timing. The rest of the team comes in to clean that up. Really big play from him there, and it's not just Tens right now. It's definitely a lot of the team coming together to help bring that score line up, because EG has put the pieces together. As you've seen, it's Joggimo, it's Boostio, it's Apoth. We've seen Reformed and Calm all hit some frag this game.
For Sentinels on the attacker side was Dapper, now some saves from Sick.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here. A pivotal round now for Sentinels to turn it over and potentially tie the game up, because the economy is really low now for EG with the round that they just lost. You already see a Guardian for Apoth as well. A loss into this round could potentially put Sentinels at 9. Where EG would be on a save. Recon Dart or Owl Drone coming out on the defender side. Wall bang onto Reform. He's down to 29 HP. Boostio still creeping up or looking for the alarm bot. In that range to hear it. It's definitely be heard that time, as it even triggers him.
Yep.
Forces a TP back, and they lose mid control for EG now.
Looks like they'll play towards B. Tens trying to stay mobile after every operator shot, puts himself a tree with a bit of help from Kempeki if they need to get out of a situation. Nicely darted out. They see where Calm is, so they can almost read where that initiator play is coming from, but it may be a false read here. They're going to rotate back into it, though, so the timing of EG rotating back, they hope, makes Sentinels think that Calm being there was just a fake flank.
And this could be just a Hunter's Fury entry as well, just to try to create the disruption towards this A site when they're going to try to get in. Actually, it started off with a little bit of utility usage towards this B site, and okay, maybe you don't need that Hunter's Fury when Boostio gets an entry like that. But we still have anchors inside the A site of Sick and Kempeki, and it's not looking good here for EG at all.
Nope. like I said, that round was kind of based on the hope that there would be the rotation. What did EG do just a few rounds ago, Vans, that we were wowed by? They did a last-second rotation. So Sentinels is not going to be rotating off the site. Like I said, they saw Calm at A with a 0 point from Kampeki. EG says, okay, well, if we take time to rotate back to A, Sentinels will say, that's too much of a delay. They probably would have done something by now at the other site, or mid or B. And no, Sentinels didn't move at all, right? So EG kind of just overthinking that one a little bit, rotating right back into the hands of Sentinels.
EG looking to figure things out as Spike was in spawn for quite a while with Apoth. Still going back and forth. They dropped the Spike for a default play. Because they still have the rifle from Jogimo from the previous round.
Yeah.
Still have one ult orb away from a showstopper, but they're not looking for control of that. They're looking for control of mid early. Oh no.
Oh my word. Okay.
That's a rifle down.
Dead to right.
Huge drop actually, because it's not gonna be in a position for EG to be able to retrieve that rifle. Unless we have something with the underhand, but nice anti-flash positioning here from both Sentinels, or at least a reaction trying to turn around on time. And at least that's not gonna do much. We're looking to see a Sentinel tying up the game once again.
Oh. Saw the barrel. Oh, right in the kisser.
Picks up that weapon. Spike is down though, and he heard the updraft, and now even 10 spotted him as he drops over the archway. Top catwalk, the off out. There you go. It was only a matter of time as we have a tied game between both EG and Sentinels here on the first map of Ascent.
Oh my word. I actually thought EG would really be pushing this strategy a little bit harder. We've seen Jojimo go in a few times, and we saw him Goomba stomp 10s there. More of a save round on that, where they were trying to force their pressure and really swamp whoever they were getting into with a death ball. But here, it seems like they're waiting for the ults, which they have this round, to explode. And Sentinels has kind of figured out how to stop their defense, or I'm sorry, EG's offense, if it's not that initial rush, right? If they don't have to initially react. And we know Sentinels is always played as a retake team, whether that's changed for a meta or not. They have that ability. So if we see them leave a site, it maybe doesn't mean they've chose wrong. It might mean that Sentinels is just ready to play retake now.
Lots of ults across the board, but also a very important one from Kempeki that could actually stop the showstopper and potentially a Hunter's Fury if EG are looking to pop into the A site.
Yeah.
Kempeki's in a perfect position mark for that. Okay, sick. Nice kill there onto Calm. As that ult coming out from Dapper forces players up on Catwalk to get out from their positions on Catwalk. A good way to run the clock down. As Lucio's trying to walk in. It's a good timing here. Turret's going to spot him, of course. And a knife is coming out from the shadows, gets cancelled. Dogimo's just trying to do whatever he can to try to close his door. At least he finally closes it, but with the cost of his life, and that's a big showstopper out of the board.
It's like hand sliding down the wall, grabs the trigger. So it looks like it is going to be that retake play. All 5 members of Sentinels ready to crash back into the site. The lockdown's been used, so EG knows it's just going to be bodies approaching these doors to try to fight back before it happens.
Start acting quick here for Sentinels because that clock's ticking down. There's only one more to go, and that's Shazam off the swing from the top.
Yeah.
To drop both Boostio and Apoth, and Sentinels, they come back and take command of the lead once again, as the attacker sides have been looking pretty good for both of these teams to start, but now you're seeing the defender side starting to act up a little bit more in the later half as you get the economy rights, and even on top of that, the ult on your end.
Yeah, I think you can contribute quite a bit of that to an operator. And Ultimate's online as well. When you get an ult, it definitely proves a little bit more useful to set up a defense that will slow your opponent. But once you get 10s on an op, you know, the angles you're holding, the amount of speed EG wants to approach these angles is a little bit more timid. So we'll see if EG can figure out a way around this. They'll call the timeout now. If they can source where 10s is, maybe hit the other site, that definitely would be a way to play around it. We've seen teams play around not going towards the operator before. And even at 8 and 16, you'll still have to worry about it. You know, 10s is still putting up that danger.
And the thing is for Sentinels is they're doing actually quite well without needing tens this time too, right? So as
It's
we
true.
talked about on the
Great
desk,
point.
tens has to play MVP for them to win. This time he's far from MVP, but they're
Yeah.
actually taking a lead this time too. And looking at the evolution of Sentinels, at least from like 2022 until now, is just little steps, baby steps, trying to figure out how they could fix things. And Sick putting himself into a position where he was a flex player, now into the controller player, he's still putting good ADR actually overall. Probably
Yeah.
even the same amount of ADR in ACS from the last two roles, so that is a check mark. A little bit more firepower even, as he's having more ADR than Zoms in the past two from Sentinels. Now they have Kempeki, a great flex player going into this, and now it's just trying to piece everything together, and slowly but surely, it's working out for a bit. It still has to be some very tough battles for Sentinels to scratch out these victories, but at least they're starting to look a lot more competitive than they were from the tail end of last year.
Yeah, so being able to string ideas together and you know make it look like the rounds are that they're reading their opponent again, right? The old Sentinels where the domination feels like it's setting in a little bit. See if they can keep pushing that story.
Not yet.
Looking to get a pick in mid, yeah. not yet with Dapper down. It's gonna be a page out of EG's book to start this round off.
And with that kill, it forced out an early owl drone from Shazam, with 50 seconds left on the clock. So there's still a potential of a late mid to B split available here for EG. So that's why you see this rotate coming back now from Calm over on this B side as well. Or it could be another one of those rounds where, hey, they don't have that much to work with. They have a dual default, a couple of ultimates. They might try to split back into the B side with their ultimates here just because of that. And there you go. There is that showstopper in. Jogmill up towards that sidewalk. And it's showstopper. It actually doesn't hit tens, but Busio kills him with the dual defaults at least. Here comes a flank, though, from the B main side. It's being heard by Calm just around the corner. The close range. Spectre does get the kill onto Sick. And now we're pulling out with the Hunter's Fury
Multiple
from Shazam.
tags.
Gets one frag, yes, and indeed, two tags in the back of the site, allowing Kempeki to push forward. But Busio still comes in to work with that dual defense. That's Shazam on his own looking for a clutch, and it's stopped once again. Busio has come up huge into this round with one ultimate here from that French player.
Yeah,
or the
how
French
many
agent, rather.
3K, 4Ks are in this game, even on the EG side, right? It seems like those are the ways they're having to take down Sentinels because Sentinels are absolutely defending these ones to the last drop, and then it's like, okay, one person has to do a complete show, and Busio does it this time. Offense or defense here, we've seen a lot of that from EG. They bring it back to tied with Sentinels. Continue to keep that operator in the hands of tens. He also has Blade Storm ready, so he might want to pop off and find himself going tens mode. He hides from this sonar bolt. EG takes control of mid to start it off. This is what they did last time. We saw Sentinels bolt or sonar bolt mid. A few more abilities to get that initial positioning out of the way, and it doesn't matter. Trade there in mid.
That was a nice shot by tens, and you can already see the way that Calm's like running all the way up towards this side to get the Allen drone out on mid. Just because of that nerf of the Allen drone there, he's just trying to get a little bit more of a deeper clear into Pizza, into market. You got to play safe. You got to make sure that your players on B-Link are there to support you because you're out in the open pretty much. And thankfully for EG, Calm stays alive. They traded out Busio after a beautiful shot from tens. Everybody else is looking to work towards his B side off the null command.
Watch out where Dapper is. He actually falls in prey to that, so he can't activate any of his traps. EG is now swarming Shazam. What can he do?
Beautiful shot from Shazam, but immediately canceled out by Apoth, and this plant is coming in for the wall bang back towards the garage control, or should I say the B side control if they can. Tom's just playing towards that staircase, even though he's fully flashed, gets that second kill onto Dapper. Shock dart into the smoke, forcing Sig outside of the smoke. He does get a nice kill onto Calm, but then Apoth once again, immediate trades coming out for EG, and now we're going back and forth into this game, Rivington.
Wow. Just wow. The fact that these rounds are happening the way they are, like the entry in, you get the null command coming out from Reform there, sorry. There's a brain fart real quick. Coming out from Reform there. Dapper's just in range, right? And he was running away during that situation. It looked like he was almost positioning himself to be ready to activate and allow Shazam to even have more defensive cover in that B site. Then in a moment's notice, Dapper decides to turn around, gets caught by Reform's ultimate, and then it just starts to fold over to EG's favor. Like the seconds between the round going either way by these things happening is really incredible. The firefights, they tell their own story. But really, the little things happening in this game are really interesting to check out. Sentinels call a timeout here so they can discuss some of the little things, take a breather, and see if they can bring together a few more rounds to bring it into their favor, or let's see an OT.
Yeah. And this is off the back of Sentinels really trying to figure out how EG is going to play this game, right? Because, again, looking at the beginning of this game, we thought that it was going to be a mirror matchup, a mirror composition on this very map where EG throws a curveball. So now they're learning, okay, we have these last-second rotation hits coming in from EG. We got some fast mid to Bs. We got some fast B explosion. They have to start guessing a little bit better now for Sentinels to try to maintain this pressure on the defender side. And it starts off with pressure on this B side main. Off the Blade Storm activated, but that one way is just going to stop things for a bit too. At least on the attacker side at the same time. That 0 point canceling out the Blade Storm just for the next 5 seconds. As EG are looking to rotate back towards the A site.
Coast to coast. Oh, big fragment. Bustio's still going to be the first one in here. Interesting. EG is just so confident on this rush. I feel like they've pulled Sentinels left to right. A little bit of an anti-strat here, maybe. Figuring out what Sentinels may have done through these two open qualifiers. Oh, hey, Tens.
That was a big paranoia for Tens to be able to get that kill. And Kempeki still moving in with Sick from the sliding door. One towards the hell side. Now Calm's on his own. And he's stopped and suppressed by the 0 point. And now just screen through. They're just going to try to trade it back. Yeah, he gets the kill into Kempeki, but that is off the back of Sick's beautiful paranoia that allowed the overflow of the rest of Sentinels to get into the site for that retake.
Mistio, it's like flash and run in now. You can't do like flash and dash. It's probably too high a priority to flash for something else.
Tens dashed and got the kill with the Blade Storm, so.
Still good to see that it's appropriate even with the changes for Jet. 11-11. Good timeout discussion from Sentinels. Provides them with another round.
And a lot of games where we're casting together, Rave, where we're getting these 11-11s.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's go. Give me all the overtime games. I love to see what teams continue to be able to bring out or change or keep wanting to run their head against the wall to do something because it's almost working, and then they add one variation that makes it the golden strat, right? Oh, anything can happen here at 11-11. First game between these two, and 0-2, right? We haven't mentioned that enough for both of these teams.
The underhand flash attempt to push out towards the mid side for the control doesn't work out. It's a 1-for-1. EG continues to trade it out, though.
Chaos.
It started off with some KO battles with information towards this A main side, but Sentinels tried to play a little bit more differently into this round and trying to take the matter into their own hands to go for a pop flash trap play to get stopped.
Calm, just on point this game. Huge opening frag on Dapper. That means the KJ Killjoy utility's gone, right? So Reform can use his 0 point in a different location. They need to get in. Owl Drone's going to clear. Here comes the util. Here comes the follow. EG have set them up very nicely with this last frag in mid.
Nice shot, though, by
Shazam
Shazam.
answers.
Not really trying to go for the switch because most of the utility was just clearing out towards the spawn side, so EG did have an idea that potentially somebody was towards the market, but Apod still loses the duel. Kempeki on the flank. The Lendl shots there onto Calm. 0 point coming out, doesn't connect to the last two players of Joggimo and Reformed. Still a flash available for Reformed. Shazam down to 9 HP as he wins that fight. For that flank, a 1v1, and he heard that recon dart, and he does get that second kill for the Red Bull clutch in map point for Evil Geniuses.
Another one, Vance.
Match point.
Another 3K to clutch. Boostio's last 4K. The Reformed Red Bull clutch 3K here. It wasn't the opening frags in the round. Really nicely played in the timing. Sidestepping that shock dart. I think it would have given the mind of Sentinels a few more seconds of him coming up the stairs, right? So he played that a bit ahead of the game. Nicely done there. Get the 2v1. And EG squeaking these out.
We're also looking at the bottom of the barrel rather for the economy for Sentinels. They're looking to squeak out a round win to bring this into overtime. Tens was looking for that frag up by Sabrosa. as he heard the Eldron come out, but it's not going to work out here. Falls back. Null Command coming out here on the attack of Reformed. As we already made it into the site now for EG. Sick just around the corner, trying to spray towards the sliding door.
Good look.
And he does get actually a nice little recon onto his opponent, but the spray doesn't work. Reformed actually even wins that fight. So now it's a 4 versus 4. A retemp take coming in for Sentinels. They don't have too much to work with. They have a null command for Kempeki though, and they need this rotate to come out. Hence waiting will provide a smoke, a jump peek that is ballsy. And on the top of a shrouded step, Apoth looking for the frag. A wall bang coming in from the bottom of the ceiling. Or the bottom to the ceiling to drop 10s. And now the last 3 players are trying to get something done, but they're wasting time. And as they're trying to come in, that null command gets canceled right away. And that is it. Calm going to work. And they seal the deal in the first round as EG wins the first map.
Well, maybe the changes have done something. Maybe he's even better on it now when he's nerfed. You know, just make it hard. I don't know. We'll see what he can do, though. It has been interesting to see how Jets have kind of changed their playstyle. A little paradigm shift is just instantly going in by having to activate your dash and get out. And Pecky sits forward here from the KO to the chamber. Rendezvous as they meet each other later. No kills just yet.
Damages on both ends. I'll get heals from both of their sages, so that's gonna get topped off. But Kempeki seems to be the one that wins it out on HP damage, as Boostio was looking for some coverage, or at least some map cover into the B main side. But all of EG right now on the attack, looking to hit towards the A side, and that's a really nice entry for Jogimo at the beginning, as we just mentioned it. The jet on jet advantage for EG as the plant comes in.
Spike planted.
So they have time for. They have the sonar bolt, so they're waiting for the rest of the Sentinels to get over here. Here it goes. Shazam lets loose with that one as Apoth again on this flank. Whether it's him or Calm trying to cause problems, and he does for Shazam.
The one that's causing problems is Apoth actually with the lurk back out towards that mid site. And actually, as he dies, there's going to be a second lurker, so this is going to be a nice little wrench in the wheels here for EG, as Sentinels are trying to push forward. They're trying to fight back towards the main side, and it's going to be sick. Off the ropes, Jogimo on the top, gets the kill for a third into the round, as EG gets a solidified pistol.
Hey, if you're a Jet and you're getting that many in the first 2 as well as Apoth, it feels good. You're getting to that Blade Storm. You got a little bit of cash. You can start to cycle in maybe a Marshal early to then save for the Operator. Everything's feeling good off that. As soon as the drone catches the eye of Tens, he catches a bullet as well. Unfortunate there.
Spectres across the board now for EG. Headhunter for Boostio. And for Sentinels, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just trying to look for some information first. And that's Kempeki, Headhunter, EDSing probably towards the mid side. We have a recon dart from Shazam on mid. At least it's EG now just running quickly towards the A site. Tans retaliates though with the Sheriff kill. Dashes away, so that's an open to A site. Another wall coming up from EG and a pulse plan that's going to be played passively. And once again, as that happens, you see some players starting to fall back, but with two shock darts, available for Calm and Snake Bites. Looking for the lineups here for the pulse plant.
They're both in the same spot. Watching each other's back, but also ready for the util lineups. Cheeky little plays. Smokes to deter. Sonars comes out once again, and Sentinels try to retake this site.
Yeah, and it's not going to work out too well. Tens, gets a nice headshot, but we still have one more shock dart available. It goes down onto the ground, and there you go. Lands on the feet of Tens. Drops in as Jogmo kills the last 2. He's getting very close to a Blade Storm into round number 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. 5-0 and 1. 2 away from that, and they just grab an orb on this one to keep it safe, because they will slow the round down due to the fact that we're seeing guns now on the side of Sentinels. And we've had A plays, not too much mid, unless it was just Apoth with a bit of a roam. And now we have the 3-2 split to start off towards B and mid to see what the pressure created from Sentinels looks like as EG moves out of this wall.
And speaking of wall, they have green wall from Viper out towards that B side. Late lurk towards mid potentially, as the Allen Jones looking to clear out towards green, and it works out for Jogging to move forward towards yellow. Just trying to spot out Kempeki. He's still standing his ground.
Clean cloud bursts.
Nice shot.
Clean shots.
3.
Two coming in for Sentinels. Bustio, though, trades it back. That lurk on midside works out for Tens, but Sentinel still has better positioning. Immediately trade that back. Tom on his own at least gets the spike plant, was looking for that Vandal on the ground. But he gets met up by Sick on the other end and dropped for the easy defuse for Sentinels after all. The bonus round goes in for a plant, at least in 2 kills, dropping Tens and Dapper. It's not too bad.
Sentinels looked really good there. Kind of, you know, checking all the boxes. They saw Apoth was there earlier. They kept somebody mid, took down Apoth. They did lose a few members, but overall it seemed like they had control of the round. You did say spike down, though, so EG will be able to flex a little bit of that money. See what they do with it. It looks like they will say buy what you can. Focus Jogamo on getting this ultimate, most likely.
Don't forget that spike. EG moving back to pick it up. Just looking for potentially this. I mean, we'll have an early Viper orb into mid side 2 from Apoth. There you go, pops it up.
Oh dear.
Jet dash at the beginning, baiting out Kenpeki. Kenpeki now TPs away. It's a little bit of a win.
A sweet little play off of that, and Blade Storm. See how they move up here. Already trademark over towards A for the big flank, so that means you're going to get, again, Apoth and one other in mid, most likely. And they're staying very far back on this. I think they want more before they go in.
I mean, they don't have the recon dart, but they have the Aldrome from Kong. It's still Cloudburst available, but no dash, so they can't really go for that recon dart dash into yellow.
Yeah.
So you have to play a little bit more safely for EG, and there you go. As the fuel comes back up here from Dapper and the orb comes out, it's really just a stalemate. You're looking for this dual victory here for either of these teams to hold down the B-side cover.
Icy toes. Ground is lava. Can't stand by green. It is turning green here. Dapper is just littering the area. 3 blades left.
Palm is jumping to dodge bullets, and Bustio gets the first blood. So all of this disruption goes in for the lurk on midside, but Shazam adds Stillman, kills 2 of his own. They still had the Viper alive, and Apoth lurks towards that back to get the kill onto Shazam. But the spike is down. This has to be a huge kill coming out from Calm, and it does. It works out. There's 20 seconds left, and Tens gets the frag onto Bustio, who misses a shot. Now there's 15 seconds left. They're all dropping like flies. Calm has to go for another clutch attempt. He goes for the fake plant, goes for the kill, the headshot onto Tens, and there's only 8 seconds now. He's walking on ice this time and not lava. The fake plant, the peek out. There's not enough time. He's going to have to hunt it down, and it's going to be now Sick just going behind and winning by time. The frag right after, and Sentinels tie it up 2-2.
Sick being able to shoot the dart so close. That audio cue. Oh, it'd be hard to plant that close and hold it. This starting play here by Jogamo, very cute. Figures out the Kenpeki is playing there for a second time. You see how teams are figuring out what's being conditioned into the rounds. Shazam popping off to start this one. And just the overall lateness of this play actually became pretty pivotal for the side of EG, but Sentinels continued to have a player ready to answer.
Yeah, it was a very important kill from Bustio that disables that trademark into Kitchen and allowed Apoth to get that frag in the back, but thankfully for the rest of Sentinels, they were able to hold their ground with the last line of defense at least. Forcing EG into an eco round. 1 to fall right away. Hunter's Fury to come out here on the attacker side, and that's courtesy of Calm. And that's just to make noise. The rest of them now rotating back towards the A site. There's only 10s there, but, I mean, you still have a lot of utility for the retake, so
yeah,
it's okay to give up the site.
As close as they can. Play contact. That's the game right now for EG. Viper's pick goes down. Wall's going to solidify. Get push on. Sick is trying to make the play, Vans.
I'm liking this. It's
my word, the aggression.
It's a big gamble to go with this Viper's pit, but he does have a stinger to work with. And it works out for that first frag onto Tens, but there you go. He gets straight out right after. Off the call here from Tens dying, and that retake is going to be clean for now. Again, in another situation, a flank, but spotted off the ropes by Dapper. That's Sentinels back now with 3 in a row.
Yeah. You couldn't really give too much credit to what EG had. The guns were low. The buy was low, rather. So, you could basically run through the situation. I think that's why we saw Sick going so far forward. I thought he was going to keep going, but he played his life. Obviously, they're not us. They're pros. They don't just go running into every situation. Gets himself a frag, backs out, so the rest of Sentinels can recoup the other kills. His ult's ready. 6 is. 10's is ready. Dapper's is ready. And 2 on deck. Sentinels is ready to string these rounds together, even though EG's now going to be on a bye with Tour de Force.
You want to play?
I want to try to go with something aggressive from Lucio. I think it could be done because they
Not
also
this
have an ult to work with for the res. They tried to do the same thing here for EG. So the aggressive play gets stopped right away. But at least we're still back on a 5-on-5.
Yeah. Never missed a beat, it seems. They just keep going up here eventually. We quickly pushed in. Jogamo still going to take it upon himself to get a forward play right under rope as the wall comes out. Now it just becomes a game of cat and mouse. Who is going to push through the smoke first?
And it's Jogamo now down to 1 HP. He's looking for some sort of play. It doesn't seem like they really want to focus into the B side yet, though, for EG. It has to be a fight on mid side, and it's lost.
Spike wasn't close. They still haven't planted. They can feel like they cleared it. There's a bit of wall they can work around here. If Boostio can have left side, I feel like they're safe enough to get a plan.
Does get that frag onto Kempeki, especially with the Viper being down. These are crucial kills to get, but he doesn't get the second one there onto Shazam, and even a spray through the Viper's pit. Spots a third one, easy frag.
Just can't.
We're starting to wake up here for Sentinels on their defender side, and it's looking clean for the amount of holes that they're able to get, and the duels look clean as well.
Woo. I said Sentinels had a lot of ults to use to get into place to string these rounds together. They really only have to use one, and they shut down quite a few from EG. The res was used to get Jogamo back into that round, to get themselves back into B, and the Viper's Pit kind of snuffed everything out there for the side of EG. So Sentinels again able to get EG in a sticky spot with this buy Spectres, Phantom, Stingers as they try to string this together. Looks like they'll still have enough in Econ to hold together the next round, and a plant would help quite a bit here.
Drops are being hurt, though. Jogamo does get taken down by Tens, who takes the aggressive angle, which we kind of like that. On the A side, aggressive plays from Jet. You can see it from the Jet. You can see it from even Chamber if you want to, and it works out well.
6 still in sight. Doesn't want to give that up. He's been playing so good in the close positions. Ready to take on what could be 3 coming around the corner almost immediately, but he's also able to give pivotal information. He gets tagged by Reformed.
With no bullet trails, he still gets a tap in there and a kill. You just hate to see it, as even then, Tens almost got dropped. Thankfully, there was only a Spectre for Apoth. Now the spike plant comes down. Shazam goes with the Hunter's Fury, does get the connect onto Reformed. So we now have a 1-player disadvantage for AG and low in terms of their weaponry. Boostio with the rifle has to come up huge, runs out of bullets as Dapper gets the frag with that Phantom. But here it comes from behind, the no-scope, then the second one. Taking his time for these 2 kills. It's a 2v2, Vandal not picked up. We're still far away from getting to the fuse because that wall is still up here for the pulse plant for EG. Now Kempeki finally sticks it up. The wall comes out for the defender side. And now we're halfway. We're off it. We're peeking through. Clock is ticking down. Nice headshot there onto Apoth, but we're still sticking that spike off the kill. Apoth gets the frag, but it's too late. Thankfully off the grave. That toxic screen was still up there from Dapper that allows that defuse to come in for Sentinels.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, from Ascent now to Icebox, we get these rounds that are going down to the last possible scenario that they could there. Spams through the wall. Sentinels gets another one for themselves here as EG were able to almost find a few 10s to start this one off. That operator coming online, we've seen it be so big. The desk was saying, can 10s and the rest of the team come online? Here, Com pulls out another one of his famous Com flanks, and it's still the defuse, even with that kill you just saw, goes to Sentinels, and EG are on the timeout.
It's crazy how he stayed composed, though, because I was calling a no-scope. Because after the first kill, it should be like the warning of, oh crap, the flank's coming, so you just start spamming your martial shots. But to stay calm that way, literally, and then aim down the sight for that second kill, it shows that this guy's been hot from that first map, moving on forward. But
calm.
In the end, exactly. And yeah, you caught my joke. That's Sentinels now are still able to keep the lead here in this first half.
Yeah. They have to keep it on, too. Kind of send a message with this one. After being so close on those rounds last game, I feel like if you were to continue that play style and strength that Sentinels were bringing from last game to this, I think this is where you end up, right? 5-2. They're still being a bit aggressive. They're staying with each other in these retakes. The full retake for Ocean Tank is still a possibility as Jogmo changes up the scenario this time around. He finds the first blood.
Yeah, this is what was important off that timeout. How to stop Tens from that aggressive box that he's been playing the whole time in this half. Where he's usually good for these kills onto Jogimo, and now it's time for Jogimo to open it up in the end with nice support from the utility from Calm with the recon dart to be able to get these frags. And just like that, losing the first 2 faces out on defense for Sentinels. We're about to get potentially a 4th kill, but it's actually Dapper that wins that fight. So it's a nice 4v2 now for EG.
Little cheeky peeky off the stairs. Chaz wondering if he should set up sonar bolts ready for the team to get back in, but it's going to be tough. It's probably just one of those ones where Sen gets a few frags.
The combo here to try to clean out towards the yellow side, but unfortunately, no pool of Toxic gets a deep up there onto EG as they land the last 2 kills on the last 2 players of Sentinels. The attempt was there. They did have the economy on their end for Sentinels, so it's cool that they actually did go for it. Actually, looking at the economy after all, we actually have a Spectre for Kempeki. The rest it should be fine, though.
And I like what EG did there. They're not turning away from a strat that was actually shut down by Sentinels just a few rounds ago, right? They call the timeout. They say, okay, we run the B strat again, put the wall up. Jogamo gets forward, and remember, he had to be rezzed the last time they ran this. But there's no Viper's Pit. And you saw how quickly that strat actually gained control of the site without the Viper's Pit being there. So EG's still sticking with a few of the things that they know will work, even if it doesn't the first time.
A change into this round. Sentinels putting an early Sage Wall to support on the aggression that we've been getting from EG at the beginning of the rounds on B side, and Busio trying to go for a cheeky peek. Sick immediately shuts that down. Tom trying to force it back. Sick doesn't really get hit by that. Nope. Chip on the shoulder pretty much.
Staying safe.
Staying
Pressure
alert.
they're putting on. Yeah. Staying ready, staying alert. Everybody's on their toes here at this round with a bit of a push down green. And A is being encroached on as well by EG. See Jojimo ready to throw that dash in. There's 10 sees him with the Blade Storm active. Over? No, you won't.
Quick click misses though.
So close.
He only has a pistol to work with. Shot darts are coming in. He's trying to find him right now for Reform, going for the self-heal. As we still had Calm watching that flank from the spawn side, and as he decides to move forward to help out with his teammates because they have the pulse plant lineups, Kempeki's flanking. And there is that beautiful frag on to Calm. Shot darts down, so they have to try to press forward on the attacker side of the pulse plant, especially when they're losing space on the back of the spawn side. Reform, the last man standing, has to fight it back towards the end. Nice headshot into Shazam, but gets immediately traded out by Sick, and things are looking even better for Sentinels on the defender side.
The fight of the additions, right? And Pecky comes around the outside, takes down both Apoth and Calm, says, this is my turn. And then the rest of Sentinels retake the site. Really methodical on that one. Didn't seem rushed. And EG had a pretty good hold on the positioning. Even once they lost Calm, Apoth was there ready to fight. They still had a bit of position ready. Sentinels just did not seem to care. Pulling out to 6-3 now. Our first map, first half was a 6-6. Can EG start to round that bend here? This bye will be one of their lasts if Sentinels can roll through it.
Looking like a change of pace, potentially a Sage Wall just to rush under the B site. And there you go, the recon dart that gets shot right away from Kazan. Yeah, the Alto's not going to get too much value on the B side. At least it's going to keep both players there towards the towards green. At least we get a plant, and it's a plant to keep Apoth alive here back towards the mid side. So EG has to keep Apoth alive, but it's actually made up by 10s, so the pulse plant lineups are not working out for that anymore. At least for the frags inside the site, it works out.
Too.
Last player standing.
Make that even one. Sick on his own. And now deal has been saved. EG should be able to get this round.
Oh my word. Anybody on the tracks felt the train coming through on that one from EG. What a fast round. They just put the staple on that one. Put the spike down. Jogamo coming in with the 3K, doing the openings. doing the fragging as he needs to. Bladestorm's going to be ready as they proceed on into these next rounds, and that's a big one. Remember, we said if Sens wins that, EG's pushed into a really bad spot where Sens going to be able to pick up a few more, especially at this point in the game. So they turn the tables there and fix their money game.
Guardians coming out here from Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against it for Kempeki either. On how fast he can actually switch out to a headhunter and get the no recoil on that weapon. It could be one of those deadly positions that he could still hold here on this B side. This time on top of green. Speaking of being on top of stuff, it's going to be Jogimo on the top of Cube that's looking for this frag onto Shazam. Reform though did a fake wall so he could actually lurk through that and get that frag onto 10s. That was a nice little change.
Look at the pressure, Jogs. Oh, no, you did not. He knows he got hit, and he follows up. What comms from the team coming through? Oh, my word, EG, the way you're playing right now.
Enemy down.
Sick looking to stop that in its tracks. Spike is planted here, and Sentinels have to regroup, and Shazam is going to help that.
Okay. Nice little frag from Shazam, and that forces out the Viper's Pit from APOC. He's actually pinging it towards the generator, too. But now you also have Snake Bites on the top. That rotate came a little bit too late here for Sentinel, so now they have to start winning the fights around the Viper's Pit. There's that second Snake Bite. Lined up for it. They ping it. He puts it on the ground. And now you're just going to run that clock.
Oh,
wait. This is
nope.
a shock dart.
Last player standing.
Close, creating a lot of chaos to make sure they would be able to come up with this round. One away from making it the 6-5. I'm pretty sure this pushes Sentinels again into a pretty waffly bye here, Van. So, oh my word, this series we got between these two teams, both needing this win in their group. 0-2 proceeding into this day. Oh my word, it couldn't mean more.
That was a clean shot, definitely, from what you saw there through a cloudburst for that kill. And
yeah.
Talked about a waffle buy, but me being a Montrealer here at Rivington, we actually like our brunches. So I love waffles. They actually taste good. Sometimes you could actually have a good buy here off waffle economy, right?
That's true.
I went for a stretch for that one.
I got you.
Yeah.
See how crispy the round is.
Oh my god! Calm comes in through the wall with 2 headshots of the sick and Kempeki just like that.
He was so pissed they stopped his owl drone. Oh my god! He just comes out retaliating off that round. And Sentinels just take a breather on the oxygen this round already. Down to 3. There's the heal for Calm. He's right back as range. And the spike's getting planted over at A. Holy moly, what a round.
Yeah, and even putting the chamber on the plant so you could just safely TP away. And actually, the first tag didn't even hit him from Shazam. Thankfully, though, for Dapper, they still have a Viper's Pit, so something to get done out of this. They just got to put him there on the back of the site. It works out for that, but again, you still have the utility coming out from Calm, or still available, rather, for Calm on the Pulse plant. Going to go for these frags. Doesn't work out. A flawless round. Prime Gaming flawless for EG as they tie up the game just like you want to hear, Rivington. But now it's going to be time for a break for us to breathe and recollect and see if Sentinels could actually bring this into a third map. It almost feel like at this point, as we're moving into the second half, that we've had pretty much the same scenarios as Ascent. You know, a piss around here won by EG. Sentinels converting back into their gun rounds. I say that Sentinels is looking good. And then suddenly it's 6-6.
Perfect. If it starts going awry again, just say the other team looks good. We'll get the time. We'll get the overtime. Boom. We're in there. We're completely understanding the world of the caster curse here, and we're able to now manipulate what we can do with it. This is great.
I mean, combined, we're like, what, 40 years of casting? So we definitely had our fair share of caster's curse.
For sure. And getting back into this game, looking at the importance of it, EG up by 1. 6-6 coming into your second half. And again, this group sees these two teams at the bottom that they're in here for the group stages of the NAVCT Stage 2. So a must-win coming in for both teams. So a lot more pressure than what we're just seeing map to map here.
Another contact from both chambers, but it's going to be Busio that's forced to TP away. No kills. A Sage Wall up here for Sentinels for the plant. Shock darts coming down. A little bit of damage there onto Sink that goes for the heal and goes for safety. but it's going to be a 5 versus 5 on the retake with a lot of players from Sentinels all towards yellow and one looking for the late flank. Calm gets a nice wallbang kill, but this fight on mid is huge. This fight on mid is coming up and Joggimo wins it. So that allows now EG to move back forward, but it's a 3 versus 3, a battle back inside that site. And those headhunter shots are coming in from Boostio. Shazam on his own, but then Joggimo's coming in for his second kill off the rotate on mid, and EG win the pistol.
Oh my word. It's like tank shots coming out from over there. Boostio and Joggimo with the Sheriffs. And we've been seeing this a little bit more. We'll get, you know, Baby Bay like Sheriff first round too, where Jets will go for that. And you combine that with shots from a chamber, and you really can't stand out there for peaks anymore. You have to find the 1v1. So EG making it very hard for the fight to come through, especially on that retake, compiling all of their members in that one funnel, just firing out Sheriffs and Headhunters. So a quick fight. Sentinels did plant, though. They're going to hang out on that money. Sheriff as well for Sick and Tens will come out.
We're playing 2 long ranges on towards the A site. It's got to be a Marshal and the Headhunter to look back towards the main site. A Poth on the ropes so he can make it on pipes. So great cover so far from EG, at least in terms of stacking the site in the right areas. And there's another first blood, courtesy of EG. Overextending his stay is Boostio, though, as he gets stopped by Tens. The rest of them, as we mentioned, already stacking towards the right side of the right site, rather. Just drops everybody else of Sentinels, and EG convert that second round quite easily, moving into the bonus.
An expected one. I think Sentinel, you know, Sentinels as well rushed in to grab it. They were looking for what kills they could, so no real trouble on that round, even with the Sheriff's purchase. We just see that it gives them a chance. You kind of see that Sick wanted it, and so did Tens. That just puts them on light armor for this round, so you win the front of the trade, and you're still good. So giving themselves possibilities here, knowing it could easily and very well win them around. You like to see that. EG say no.
Here.
Joggimo sticks on that Marshal. He's going to get a little bit of a push on here. And, oh, my God. EG did this a bit of a scent, too, where they started to go aggro, so Sentinels had to take a second guess on the strat they're playing.
Dapper has a little bit of a tingling sensation, and a push is coming towards mid. And unfortunately, as he un-ADS's, Boostio capitalizes on a frag.
Low plays, wall goes up just to provide a bit more time here. EG already have a kind of a forward idea on this play that Sentinels is trying to do. Getting a nice drone out. Maybe seeing one there. It looks like it actually popped itself in the distance. It flew. Oh my God. Tens right there for Boostio. The cat and mouse game. It looks like Sens may be able to grab B site here.
Recon dart, just the timing. And now a nice shock dart, at least, that lands on the feet of Sick. But Tens and the rest are starting to make things a little bit more breathable for Sentinels, as now they have a 2-player advantage. A 4 versus 2 moving in. Mom hesitating on who to focus on, and got 0 out of that. So Apoth on a 4v1. Sentinel looking to secure the round and not lose too many players. And as I say that, they lose Kenpeki. Another one on a high-low. As Apoth is really not looking for an opportunity to go for the defuse. Just really trying to make this expensive against Sentinels. I like it from Sick. Not overextending, not overreacting either. There you go.
Trying to draw the fight, but Sick also knew that was the case. 8-7 there. Sentinels did a really nice job of pressuring EG into a situation, and also EG, a little bit of combination of EG thinking they had the upper hand, because we saw a lot of members of EG going down on what they thought would be a quick peek or just before utility got by them, you know, situations like that. Sentinels was ready for it and played it really slow. They were actually, how long were they on B site right before they executed to get that spike down? So really reading the situation well and not falling prey to the utility EG was bringing to the table there. Sentinels pick another round up. Now we have the tour de force. They're Boostio up quick onto pipes. We'll see what they can do. The Sentinels look to push. Hey, all the members are there.
He was reading all of that, but misses a shot. TP's away, as now it's Sentinel's turn to move up towards the A side orb. Poison Rock coming out here as Dapper is just inching and inching up towards 410. Now the battle's coming in towards Maze, and it turns out in favor of Sentinels, but not before Boostio has something else to say. A first one to drop as he's still looking back towards the left side of the site. Back and forth. Oh, just the timing of that. The wall blocks him, but reforms on top. He's looking for this kill. He actually fires a shot, But it's all here for Joggable to go for the
You
flank.
will not
He knows
kill
that one's
my
close.
ally.
The res, the second kill, easy there from Joggable as he dashes up towards the top of
Last
pipes.
player
It's traded out
standing.
here by Shazam. Back to a 1 versus 1. Both IGLs, both looking to frag. Shazam sees him. Easy wall
That's
bang
it.
as they get the round here for Sentinels to make it 8-8.
Oh my God, Vans. What are these games? So good. They're evenly matched, figuring each other out in these rounds. It's always coming down to the 1v1. We haven't really seen either team of this series take full control. They continue to pressure each other to the max here. And again, we're back to an 8-8. Sentinels looking to keep this series alive as they keep trying to put these rounds in their favor. EG back onto a low buy. Some sheriffs there as they have ultimates coming up in the next few rounds, but so do Sentinels. I think we're about to butt heads real hard still in the next few rounds.
Yeah, it's going to continue, and I love that it continues to be a battle between Shazam and Boostio. And that's, from at least, from what I remember, it's 0-3 so far. 1 kill on Ascent, these last 2 kills that we see right now. And that also forces EG to fall back in numbers. Finally a Blade Storm that
Player
connects,
standing.
and he's just trying to do a little bit more damage, but to no avail as EG are going to be on this eco right there. And yep, that little ADS. Now at least that it's spotted on an eco round for EG, they could start expecting that from Dapper on the top side when they have weapons.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. All right, what are the buys here, Vans? Operator's out. Was it double up? Or did they drop that? Okay, no, he just it was like Jogmo and Boostio up? Let's see it. He decides to go for the lower buy here. All right. This is going to be interesting, Vans. To see what Sentinels will continue to do, it looks like they want to push Dapper towards mid here. He's been an amazing flank, and it seems like he's had a really good read on what EG has considerably wanted to do around the map. So they continue to leave Dapper out here to play the trademark, forcing the wall and most of everything towards A to start here. We'll see if the drone is used.
And even a setup from Boostio already recalls his rendezvous and goes back towards Boiler. So they're expecting an A side push, a timing on a Viper's Pit on the A site with a recon dart. But this lurk from Dapper that was supposed to be on mid side is now going towards B. We're soon to have a big fight between Reformed and Dapper that could decide Sentinels rotate back towards A. So they're still trying to cut noise this time for Sentinels. Dapper is leaning back towards this this green side, but Boostio also rotates as well.
Dapper has the ability to get ultimate here and maybe even play harder fake if that becomes it. He does not want to create noise, though, seems to be the idea. The space he's gained does not really make it safe for the rest of the team to get across. Remember, they've used wall. We'll have to see where he puts his orb. It's actually been thrown, so this, we'll see how they get across. This will be interesting with the watch from Boostio.
Yeah, the only saving grace that they'll have on this plan is this wall
30
from
seconds left.
Sick. There's that shoulder. He's not shooting.
Perfect.
He's playing it so passively. And that's going to allow this plant to come down.
Oh, my word.
Oh, what?
Oh, the game!
I love it.
Spike
I love it
down
from
B.
Reform. What the hell was that? Boostio goes with the frag right after to Shazam, speaking of all boosts.
Seconds left.
I love it. There's 10 seconds left, and then Boostio gets the frag onto 10s. Oh my god, that is so annoying but beautiful by Reformed.
Sage Tech at its finest. I mean,
Yep.
honestly, if you wanted to see Sage Tech, you got a bit of it. You've seen that kind of play before, but to be so crafty with it in the moment, the speed to be able to look at that coming in, be like, nope, 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 nope. Okay, boop.
I love it.
See you later. Ready to get the shot onto. Prepped him. It's just an alley-oop, right?
Seconds left.
Easy alley-oop in that situation. And it was interesting too because Sen had that
gonna be fun.
pixel perfect cloud burst coming in. So you're like, oh, it's gonna work for Sen, but no. There's tricks in this game from both teams every round, Vans.
But on a 9-9 scoreline,
Oh, my
Buddy's
word.
still good for a buy here for Sentinels. They have the ult from Kempeki and Pens with the Blade Storm, but the Blade Storm's already get nullified by Jogimo playing towards the generator. A 4-player stack on top of that of EG on this A site. So it's been read beautifully by Boostio, and he also has aggressive control on mid side with his own operator on that end. So Kempeki's going to have to start coming up huge with his own Duel de Force. Looking at you, Skills Cat. Speaking French here.
There's a few trades. Oh, out of the air.
Player standing.
Man, they're just getting shut down now. Shazam on his own. Trying to scale up towards the left side of Maze, and is just getting met by all types of utilities and guns, and that was, despite losing one player into the site, still a very clean hold for EG.
Absolutely. They seem to kind of be vibing as well. Both teams are. You know, while this game has a lot of pressure to it, and that is inevitably on their shoulders, both teams seem to feel pretty comfortable in the situations they're putting themselves into. Sentinels did get EG a little bit flustered. We saw a few rounds before. Able to recoup that, come back in. Now EG's giving a bit of that medicine back to Sentinels here, and we see Kempeki having to go to a Bulldog sick on the Spectre, so things are getting a bit tougher at the right time for EG. They want to try to put that pressure on even more, and Boostio is going to step up. Reconsider the drone.
That's Calm trying to guess into the B main side. It tags 3 players actually, so that's great information for EG.
Pretty deep rendezvous out as well, kind of max range on that one, so he can easily set up for Snowman. And now with this orb, that's a Dapper. That's a Dapper ready. See what they got. Again for B. This was shut down just last round by Evil Geniuses. Or a few rounds ago, I should say. Can they do it again?
That's a great Viper's Pit to block vision from that position of Boostio or where he was at. That's even Tens on the top of Yellow that's able to get that frag. So this is looking good, at least, for Sentinels to get map control into the B site plant. So a little bit of utility that could deny a bit, and especially with that. The Vandal kill from Calm onto Sick as the shot darts are coming in. So we've wasted that utility, but we still have the snake fights available from APOC. But as we still try to move forward to fight, Shazam and Kempeki continue to work here inside B.
Can't cover that.
Joggimo's pushing through, and there's only APOC left. Snake fight on the ground to try to deny if he can, and it works out for a bit. The second one coming in as well, but as he's spraying, they're wrapping around the back, and then Tense gets the frag to tie things up on a 10-10.
Oh my gosh, man! That was one of the most, the biggest separation of agents down we've had. So you can expect a little bit of money now to be in the hands of Sentinels. I think we still have a buy from EG, but just the positionings here. A spam through. Calm actually gets hit by a spam as well, as they fired back. And then this protection becomes so hard because there's still an angle for someone to just be... Oh my word, so many things happening. But it doesn't matter. Sentinels were able to pick up the round even after all that. Kempeki's on the operator here. There is going to be one for Boostio. And we are into round 21. 10-10 here with EG looking to close out this series in 3 more.
And Sentinels looking to bring it to a third map if they can, and that's what we want as fans of Valorant. Definitely what we want as fans of Sentinels. We're watching it from a Sentinels fan point of view. Talking on top of Green. He's going to get that frag there onto Tens. So that battle continues in the duels as well. Quickly traded out by Kempeki, and that forces Reform to fall back in B site.
Yeah, quick shot there, and the res. Huge. Absolutely incredible. The Queen goes down on one side, and you actually get it back. Just to play the board again from the side of Sentinels. A quick wall goes in. Oh my god, so brazen by Reform to just stand tall in front of the entire Sentinels team.
But he's pinned there. They saw him cross over. He needs some support from his teammates, and they do that with a beautiful recon guard that allows for the shot from Boostio. But the trades are coming out still. Boostio lands another one, but it's tied on a 2-2 as Shazam answers back. The option now rings and misses, just lands off the wall right next to Shazam as it's Dapper and Shazam of Sentinels looking to potentially rotate back where it's met up and greeted by Calm once again. Right place in the right moment. Spike is now down. Headshot from Boostio, and EG are back in the lead.
That was a spicy round from EG. The Calm flank comes back into action. They deploy that. Boostio absolutely hitting some crazy flick shots there. It's just the speed he hit on the peaks coming out from the other side of Kempeki. And then his headhunter, honestly, eagle eye throughout this entire series to start. The pressure back onto Sentinels as we go punch for punch on these rounds now. They're going to call a timeout.
Oh yeah, the timeout's definitely coming in from Sentinels, just trying to recoup with what just happened there. And you got to look at Sentinels where, you know, we have a close game on their attacker side, so there's got to be some good wins that they could focus on here, Riv. So what can he do now moving into this timeout? What can they talk about here?
Sentinels have been focusing a lot towards B, towards A, with default strategy, right? It's going to be 10s towards Jenny. Dapper usually goes on top of 410 if he can. And their B is somewhat similar, where they play that slow to get everyone in position. I'd love to see a little bit of the mid strat. Maybe it's even too late to kind of play a how to EG play mid game. So it's varying up one of the A or B strats that Sentinels have already run. Maybe Sentinels already have something for mid, but you know, that's what Sentinels have been pretty good at in the past, is running the compositions that they stick with. So maybe just going back to A or B, getting 10s in there to do 10s things is going to be that advantage. Here they set up for a bit of a mid play, which I love to see already. And it looks like that's going to be a force of 3 with a few working towards A.
Doggo on the top of pipes already. Cloudburst going in towards the top of Boiler, so we're looking for mid control for Sentinels. And off this timeout, it's quick. But it's also 3 players pushing out towards Boiler side, but they've never really done it for Sentinels. But we have a player all the way back towards spawn, and that's Boostio with the dual defaults that gets a kill onto Kempeki. Meanwhile, though, the frag does come in towards B. So the B side is weakened by EG. Boostio misses a shot by Boiler. We still had the position from Dapper just under. It's going to have to come up huge. Boostio lands that shot onto Tens, and Calm actually wins that fight onto Boiler as well. So it only leaves Sick and Shazam as the last 2 to try to tie up the score. And everything's just landing perfectly, and somehow Sick stays alive as he eats that second shock tart. Picks up a weapon on top of that. Blade Storm and also a swing from bottom. Shazam now on his own. Just trying to land a shot against Chogimo as he goes for the shorty kill. And EG will now be at map and series point.
They went for it. They did the push mid, but you called it. A staple of the round. Boostio's in spawn? What? Okay, so he's in spawn, ready for a rotate, ready to get to either site. We've seen Boostio pushed up green, all the way up green, ready to take a shot. Rendezvous is out to somewhere near Snowman. We've seen him sometimes on A, mostly as mid towards B, but to be in spawn, ready for a round as such, the Sentinels just played out. Absolutely put the brakes on Sentinel's strategy there, especially with 10s coming out with the first blood and trying to open that round up.
Yeah.
EG now on game point, Vans.
So their timeout was definitely just to also try to figure out how they could at least get a plant to bring the economy up into this round. We're playing for overtime here for Sentinels. And the early dash from Tens does spot Calm on the right side of Boiler, but they're still pinching for a mid to B split for Sentinels as Reform will put that wall up just to defend one angle of the site. The rest of them working towards the B main side and also towards the back of the B side are landing their shots. There's only 2 left to go, make that only 1. Can Tens go for a 5-man clutch? He does have the Blade Storm and pops it out. He hears a shot ringing from the operator of Boostio while Joggimo is just around the corner with the Cloudburst. Now as we calm it down for a bit, he does have time to work with. Dead from above potentially as it comes in for the knife. He gets the knife, but he's down to 14 HP. Then Calm to get the last kill and to seal the deal for EG to get the win 2-0 over the Sentinels.
Absolutely incredible gameplay coming out of Evil Geniuses there towards the end. And you have to say the same for Sentinels. Both teams dug deep to find the plays they had today.